What's up guys? So in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different to what I normally do, and I'm going to be trying to teach you guys something, trying to teach you about darts, teach you about the history, and go through the differences between brass darts and tungsten darts. So if you do find this video interesting, then hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Over 64% of you guys watching this video right now are not subscribed. So hit the subscribe button. It is completely free. It costs absolutely nothing and it really helps me and my channel out. Anyway, let's get into this. So one of the earliest forms of darts was actually made of wood, and it had a little piece of lead wrapped around it just to give it a little bit of weight. You may have seen these darts before. I know that I personally have, but I'm sure you can tell that these weren't a very viable option. It's really difficult to get 3 of these darts into the treble given how thick they are. So in the 1950s, companies started using brass instead of the wood and lead combinations to make the darts a little bit more dense. So basically what that means was you could get a heavier dart using a smaller amount of material, meaning that you could fit more darts into the segments that you were trying to hit. So from about the 1950s to the 1970s, darts were generally made out of brass. And then in 1971, Unicorn produced the first ever commercial tungsten dart. And since then, high quality darts have been made out of the exact same material. The same way that brass is more dense than wood, tungsten is more dense than brass, meaning that a tungsten dart can have more weight and can fit into smaller spaces, basically. The density of brass is 8.73 grams per cubic centimeter, and the density of tungsten is a massive 19.3 grams per cubic centimeter, meaning that the tungsten is more than twice as dense as the brass dart is. So this is what I have set up for you. This is a 24 gram, the Darts Referee dart. These are available on my website in 22 grams and 24 grams if you want to get them. This is an exact copy of the 24 gram darts, but this is made out of brass. This isn't made out of tungsten. Now this tungsten dart here is 90% tungsten, so it's not pure tungsten, it's not 100%, but it's 90% tungsten. I've also got this little mission scale here, which is going to tell us the exact weight of each dart, and I've also got this little caliper just so I can show you that the darts are exactly the same size. So we'll start off by measuring the dart completely, the width of the dart and the length of the dart. They have the exact same design. So we start off with the width of the dart. We get 6.6, 6.59. We do the same with the brass dart. We get the width of 6.6, 6.59, exactly the same. Now the height of the dart as well, just to make sure that these are correct as well. The height of the dart should be about 52 millimeters, and yeah, it's about 52 millimeters. And then the height of the 24 gram version, the tungsten version, is about 52 millimeters. So they're pretty much identical. Now, if we go on to the weight of these, we'll start off with the tungsten dart and we'll weigh them, see how much they weigh. You can see that the tungsten dart is 24.1 grams. Now, if we do the same with the brass dart, this should be a lot lighter. That is almost exactly half. It is 12.08 grams. So the brass dart is almost twice as light as the tungsten dart. Now, most people don't use 12 gram darts. I know there are a few people who do, but most people don't. So if we go for a heavier brass dart, I have this dart here. This is quite a considerable amount heavier. It's 34 grams, but you'll see that a 34 gram dart is in fact a lot thicker, like considerably thicker. These are 11 mil thick. That's almost twice as thick as a single one of these darts. So you can see the size difference. That is a heavy brass dart, that is a standard sized tungsten dart, and that is a really light brass dart as well. So you can see the size difference between a heavy brass dart and a regular weighted tungsten dart. So why is it important to go for a tungsten dart over a brass dart? Well, what you get with tungsten darts is you get more weight without having to add more volume to the dart, meaning that you can fit more of these darts into the treble 20 than you could of these if they were the same weight. Obviously, they are half the weight, so you can imagine the size of this to be comparable to the size of this would have to be about twice the size of the dart, which means it's going to be a lot more difficult to try and fit darts or fit multiple darts into the treble 20. There's also another reason why tungsten is beneficial in the way of darts compared to brass, and that is tungsten isn't very bouncy. It's not a dart that hits off each other and springs off. There's a surprising amount of spring inside brass where you can hear the difference. I hope you can. There's a little bit of spring on the brass darts, meaning that if you were to try and group the brass darts together and you were to hit one onto the other, you'd get a little bit more bounce off the dart, whereas with the tungsten darts, you wouldn't get as much of a bounce. The darts would hit and they would stay close, whereas on the brass darts, you'd find if you played with them for long enough, you'd start to hit darts and then they'd bounce off and they'd go a considerable or a noticeable difference further away from the barrel that you hit. So guys, all in all, that is the difference between a brass dart and a tungsten dart. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope it wasn't too boring. It's a little bit different to what I normally do, so I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, over 64% of you guys watching this right now are not subscribed. If you do like the look of the 22 or 24 gram tungsten, the Darts Referee darts, they are available for £25. They are on my website, www.thedartsreferee.co.uk. Link will be in the description below for these if you want to get yourself a set of these. I've got a few sets left. But that's today's video. Hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.